Explanation, conclusion, final part. What's being accomplished is being completed by people and folks here in Seattle, Washington. As the only example I have, I don't know if Tennessee exists outside of radio stations or if Little Rock's what my mom says it is and isn't. And I haven't been back to Ohio since I was little, in Phoenix. Chandler and Arizona are fantasies in this part of the world. For the reason of the cost, the requirements, and decisions needed to be made to survive. When a person doesn't have a prestigious degree, when a person doesn't go straight from high school to medical school to Caltech to Harvard, or bluntly, for dumb people like me with no family, remaining. What's being completed has to do with the people who are telling people what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and in what way they are doing it. With emotions, stimulation, stimulus, and most freaky for me, hormones. Plainclothes police keeping social order and social coherence. Pretty much in so many words saying to the police, y'all just go do something else. No big deal. We'll fuck people up. We'll bake them some pie. And we'll get them to control their brain. We'll get them to control their body and their gesture and their behavior. So more importantly, go after the racist. Go after that person that's being mean and rude and disrespectful. No longer an organization called the police in uniforms with badges, replaced with blue lines, with stars and stripes. Alongside the military. To make the civilian soldiers' job easier. So they got more time to enjoy that puff of weed, to paint that pride flag, to monitor their neighbor and let them know with their sounds what they're hearing. Has no benefit. In other words, cease, stop, or force will be used against the person or the folk. these people with these hormones and these controls saying to the people that are being controlled hormonally and being restricted mentally, the choices and the options are clear. And you're crazy and you're dumb and you're belligerent and in need of help, denying the truth and the facts they proclaim are best. In other words, stare too hard at the person staring to tell the person looking how long they can see and risk confusion, paranoia, delusion, and misdirection. There's no federal government. When people are allowed to take consciousness, allowed to take brain, and allowed to take mind to control people's bodies. When people are allowed to hit a wall and have the police come over and then tell the person whose wall's being hit, they need to fix what they're doing wrong. And the landlord agrees. And their friends down the hall and those people they talk to down below say what they're saying. There's no country. There's only now. And now can go away and never be now again in death. Quicker, faster, and out of nowhere than time. In other words, noticing 8:04 on the timer for the video with 15 minutes allotted by Google and YouTube and the internet. Are what's being described as the better option and choice to make than the risk of disagreeing and getting killed, murdered, made so weak and frail from the lack of heat because the neighbor hears the sound of the electricity and panics. The building might run out. Climate change will happen faster. They're hearing a ghost. They're feeling an emotion. They're hearing a voice in their brain, mind, head, skull, face, shape, multi-dimensional entity. They now call consciousness. Afraid to go out the door and meet the person they restrict. They control, they dominate with their objects, their face, their voice, their fat, ugly mouth, and their stale, worn, disgusting breath, speaking faster than me now and doing more than the person trying to get better. To not have any sort of problem, any sort of unrecognizable part of their consciousness, world, society, planet, Earth now. Anything is not possible. These are the kind of people that say the earth is flat. These are the kind of people that describe outer space as having no stars. These are the people that believe that music has more benefit than the silence and the prayer and the meditation from the chaplain who's freezing and fucking almost dying from their fucking abuse. And their insistence and their courage and their honor with their house, their building, and their people they have as friends. They can have someone over that says Hail Hitler. They can shuffle chairs around the middle of the night, wake someone up. They can hit the wall and wake someone up. They can even go down the hall to get some big tall man to go fuck me up for saying something in my own fucking home, for saying some fucking shit on some fucking recording they know already. They visualize everything next door. They visualize everything downstairs. They visualize everything on the roof, and therefore are consciously aware and paying attention to all there is. And emotionally restraining their behavior and restricting their thought and thinking gives them the power and the strength, gives them the feeling of God, Buddha, Allah, Krishna, and Satan. Dressing in black for those pupils on the eyes, wearing that mushroom bag to let those shoppers know, here comes the diva. And saying no. That person, me, is a white nationalist racist. They heard the word F-A-G. They had to sit through the word C-U-N-T. And they witnessed laughter and the words golden pussy. In some stupid, nasty North Korean language. All of this control, all of this restriction, and all of this hormonal power and strength are stimulus. And reduction. Getting everyone back to where they need to go. Making sure everyone's okay when they get there. And pretending their kitchen has the humbleness and tenacity and the grit The end.